When can you enjoy regional Quebec cuisine, hear French Canadian, and visit with staff and students from another country right here at Western? Well, that would be Everything Canada. It's the day we celebrate our neighbors to the north and eat poutine.
Canada.
Our neighbors to the north.
But what do we really know about them?
We know Canadians William Shatner.
My Vulcan friend.
And Jim Carrey.
No problem.
We know Canadians love curling.
And hockey.
There's Shania Twain.
And the Bare Naked Ladies.
We know the country was settled by lumberjacks and Mounties.
We know they have socialized medicine. There's a Canadian Arctic, they have a walled city, their own Space Needle, and they speak French.
We know that to Canadians, this is Niagara Falls.
And this is Detroit.
And as of last month, we know that Canadians have a new Prime Minister with a familiar last name.
Everything Canada, an event held by the Canadian American Studies program here at Western Washington University, gives people a chance to find out information about Canada that they did not know before.
Most of the population lives within 100 kilometers of the border.
The border that we have, that we share with Canada, is the most peaceful border in the history of the human race.
The biggie that we always talk about that a lot of Americans don't know is that Canada is by far the biggest energy provider to the United States, far more than anywhere in the Middle East. That's taking hydropower, gas, and oil all together.
In a lot of American textbooks, they mention Canada only in terms of NAFTA, and the truth is Canada and the U.S. have the world's largest trade relationship, and they don't trade apples for oranges. They trade apple for apples, computer parts for computer parts, car parts for car parts. The same thing. It's a very unusual and unique trade relationship and worth billions of dollars and millions of jobs.
$463 billion to be exact.
And that number is rising.
Our northern neighbors buy motor vehicles, appliances, mineral oil, electrical machinery, plastic products, technical instruments, pharmaceuticals, pearls, iron, and furniture from us.
And we buy mineral oil, motor vehicles, electrical machinery, pearls, plastic, spacecraft, aluminum, wood, charcoal, and cereal from them.
However, the most surprising part of the day wasn't the informational data about Canada.
No, it was about
Poutine.
Poutine, a Canadian dish originating in the province of Quebec, is wildly popular throughout the country.
sometimes called disco fries by Americans along the border. It's made with French fries and cheese curds topped with a light brown, gravy-like sauce.
Poutine is a star attraction of Canadian cuisine. Why?
Because it's gravy and cheese and fries.
And Canadians are only human.
Today with flavors such as classic poutine, angry poutine, and bacon poutine being offered in fast food chains across the country, it's no wonder Canadians are saying, "Oh, poutine, I stand in line for thee." But what do Americans think of this distinctly Canadian taste?
I had poutine once in Canada, and a Canadian waiter explained to me what poutine was, and then I see that this is like served here. So I mean, I'm not too familiar with it, but I feel like any kind of recreation of poutine is like a cool experience to try and enjoy.
Good. I've never had poutine before. She had the legit poutine, so I think she could probably talk more about it.
Well, why don't you try it because you've never had it before? Come on.
Okay.
All right, that's pretty good.
A brand new flavor of this Canadian classic was unveiled at Everything Canada.
We've also got a kind of a Northwest version of the poutine today. We got the crinkle cut fries, we got a cream sauce, seasoned cream sauce, and we've got house smoked Northwest salmon. So a really unique twist on the poutine. And then we've also got some crepes. So we got a crepe station here, some beautiful French crepes. We've got a Gruyere cheese and a Black Forest ham that we're going to roll up inside the order. And we've also got some fresh macerated berries and whipped cream, more of a traditional sweet crepe.
So what do Canadians think of the Northwest interpretation of their traditional tastes?
Well, everybody's having the traditional poutine, and I could not. I have to try the Pacific Northwest, so it's a mix of white sauce, potatoes, salmon, and this world-winning cheese that I can't wait to eat. And I'm waiting in line. I'm picking already, but I have to wait for my fork. Right. But it looks really good.
One thing is clear. Canada and the U.S. share more than just a border.
On campus, we have a series of different sort of units and organizations that are dedicated to the study of Canada and its relationship with the United States. Canadian American Studies being kind of the core of that, and then a research institute called Border Policy Research Institute. We also have several programming initiatives around field schools and a journal that we edit, so we have booths here talking about those things as well.
And we have a long time history of being close neighbors. If you take the border away, you could already see that we're pretty similar and we share same values, and we all want, I think, the same future in North America. We need to learn more and understand, for example, what is Northern Quebec? Why is there a French presence in North America? And then why is there a French presence also in the United States? Where does this come from? And that's through learning experiences of history. And that will just make us stronger, have better relationships, share culture. And just what we're doing now between Western and us in Quebec through the government of Quebec's contribution is helping us having academic programs that are learning about both of our realities that are pretty similar, but there are differences that we need to share on. Yeah.
Really safe, and we haven't had any complaints or anything. They're super easy to use, just powered by a button and a little throttle with minimal gears. So it was really busy earlier. We had a ton of people wanting to test them out. We had a little line going, so I think it's been really positively received.
So after riding the bike, I think it's really exciting because especially because Bellingham is so hilly, the electric assist really makes bike riding in the area more accessible.